we're here for a particular purpose, and the purpose is to definitely help us with our lives, not our technological nightmares going on right now. So now that we've got that resolved, thank God, and that's also part of what it was meant to be right now. So accept that moment fully as it was, and embrace it, because that's what it was meant to be for whatever reason. And my electricity just came back on. So maybe that was the reason why we had this whole thing. So I got power now as well, which means that everything's going to charge up again, which is awesome. Okay, let's begin with a breathing exercise. So if you all, can you give me a couple of nods so that I know you all hear me clearly? Yes? Okay, great. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, awesome. Let's begin with closing our eyes. Place our hands over our hearts. Left hand over your heart. Right hand over your left hand. Okay? Now I want us to start breathing deeply. So a deep in-breath in for 3 counts. Hold for 3 counts and out for 3 counts. And let's begin. In for 3. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3. Out for 3. In for 3. Hold for 3. Out for 3. Again. In for 3. Hold for 3. And out for 3. Come on, I can't hear you guys. I've got to hear the out breath. Let's go again. In for 3. Hold for 3. Out for 3. Okay. We can all return back to the present moment. Welcome back to sanity. Bit of centering going on there, which is great. Guys, just to say welcome again. We're back onto the normal thing. What I want to talk about is, first of all, getting you guys to interact. There's been a few people that have been coming along regularly. You know who you are. I just want some feedback on gratitude. So just for the people that are joining for the first time, our first session was regarding being present and becoming aware. If you're not familiar, that 90% of self-transformation is awareness. If you're not aware of your thoughts and the patterns that you repeat to yourself over and over again in your mind, you can't transform, no matter what book you read, no matter what you do. And so I gave an exercise, which whoever is joining now will undertake for the next week, is to become aware for 20 minutes. I think we said 20 or 30, Rishika. How many minutes did we say? 30. Okay. So somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes a day to become aware of your thoughts. And towards the middle of the call or towards the end, we're going to get into a state of superb alertness, consciousness, and awareness, which you probably haven't felt before. So I'm excited to show you guys what that looks like and what that feels like. It's a feeling that can't be described. And once the noise has died down within our minds, which we've done with the breathing, the real transformation can happen. So guys, you practiced gratitude. Could you tell me a little bit of how that went? Anyone is welcome to speak. Thank you for sharing that, Anissa. I really appreciate you having the courage to share that, because the calls can only get more interesting if I get feedback. And I have a lady who also messaged me about an issue she's facing. So thank you. I had a client who called me up on, it was yesterday or day before, and she said to me, she entered into this meeting, all male-dominated meeting. She was out of her league. She had no idea what to expect. She walked in there, and she was supposed to be just in the background, and they gave her the mic and said, okay, what's your thoughts? And she felt totally overwhelmed, didn't know what to do. And now, so what we've got to ask is that, is it the situation that's overwhelming you right here, right now, or is it your past? And 99% of the time, it's your past perceptions of the questioning of being in a situation where you felt intimidated before, and the auto reaction. So we've defined the term imposter syndrome for those that don't know what it is. And welcome to all those that have joined us. I won't go through the names because you're late, but welcome to the call. Himika, welcome back. Sorry, just quickly here. And we've got Himika, we've got Ibundolua. I'm getting good at names, I tell you. Welcome. I won't spend too much time. Abi Salaga, welcome as well. And Nasib Amtul, welcome back. Welcome. Thanks for joining us again. So, imposter syndrome is the feeling that we're trying to be someone we're not, that we're in the wrong space, we're at the wrong time in the wrong space, and we feel out of our league. And it's something that plagues us so strongly that, I did a lot of research on this and in my clients as well. We're the only species on the planet that have self-esteem issues, which is really fascinating, right? Does a tree think of itself, how it's sitting there, it's thinking, oh my God, look at all these branches on me, I just feel so, or a cat, right? A cat goes, my hair, I didn't fix it up, and so we're the only people that have two identities within ourselves. We have me. So they asked the Dalai Lama, is it the Dalai Lama? He said, tell me, how do you deal with self-esteem issues? And the Dalai Lama said, what do you mean self-esteem? Because he wasn't exposed to this. There wasn't this dual identity. So this trick of the brain of evolution has created a second self that now evaluates the first self. It's not the outside world. It's you saying to yourself, I think that I'm being an imposter to me. So I asked the lady who was in the interview, did someone give you an indication that you were really speaking out of line, or that you were out of tune, or that what you said was totally irrelevant? She says no. And that feeling ended up growing, and then she started mumbling, and she's like, she ended up not saying anything useful, which is like, but who did this to you? So we have this thing called self-esteem, which is a dual identity, and we have to overcome it. It's real. We feel it as real. But being aware, very, very present. And Anissa, here's another thing. And what I got her to do, and maybe if I can get 3 nods, if this is something anybody else experienced, I would like to show you a technique which is bringing full awareness. You see, there's this famous line by Jalaluddin Rumi, and he says that the cure for pain is in the pain. And what we're trying to do is constantly make ourselves feel better. And this is causing more problems than anything else in the world. And our need for constant, and I created a post about it. It's called Happy Porn. So we go online and not from me, Rishika. Thank you, Rishika. We go online and we're like, let's see what makes us happy. Oh, look at the cat climbing up the wall, or look at the successful person doing something over here. I'm such a failure. But now we echo that personality and we don't feel like such a failure. And that noise, and this applies to everything, guys. This is probably the single most powerful thing that I teach in my training and in my courses, is the power of awareness and feeling the pain for its fullness. So with NLP, with all these techniques, the thing that makes this illusion, remember, you don't have a self-esteem, because if a tree doesn't have a self-esteem, then you don't. But this altered identity, I say it's like a snake running around in your head, and it's trying not to be noticed. It wants to tell you, you know what, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not that good enough, and I don't think I can belong there, or all the rest of it. It wants you to feel like, I'm not healthy enough, I'm not strong enough, I'm not progressing enough, he doesn't love me enough. All these noises, it's all the same noise. None of it is real. 99% of it is not real. So that chatter, if you don't shine the spotlight on it, stays in your awareness. How am I meant to be on this call? Oh, okay, you like it, Lisa, what I'm saying. Okay. So if you don't shine, yes? Oh, see? So there's 2 things in order to get to the bottom of it. Thank you, Anissa, that really helps. The number 1 thing is that, where did it come from? Where did you feel out of your league? And now you got to recall back, and we've spoken before privately, so I'm recalling a conversation that we had where you were in a situation that was overwhelming and you felt out of your league. So the patterns repeat themselves. And that's how we learn. It's called learned helplessness, right? So it's not real. So we could psychoanalyze for a while right now, and we can do that. But what I'm going to do for the sake of giving you valuable tools, the reason why I set up this call is because we're really finding it difficult right now to deal with life. All of us, including myself, things are challenging. But because I've created so many tools in my toolbox that I can, and the number one tool is staying with the pain, that I can deal with it relatively easy. And I said, you don't know how many people are on antidepressants. Half the population, if not more than half. And so they feel happy because her best friend died. And I said, how do you feel? And she says, yeah, well, and that's the antidepressants talking to try to not take you to that point, because that antidepressant is numbing the voice. All we're doing all day is numbing that voice inside, whether it's going online. I keep getting off my surfboard and these energy waves keep coming. Okay, Lisa. We just get this distraction after distraction. Going online, I mean, there's so many things going on, and the only thing that we can't do is practice self-awareness and presence. And I can tell you what, I'm the guy who had 34 tabs open on my browser and then having 3 phone calls running at the same time and then sending 2 emails at the same time. And I'm like, I got this, all done. And then someone will respond back to me and said, you sent me the wrong email. I'm like, oh. And you know when I learned the lesson? It was a 12 million rand deal, right? 12 million rand is about, I don't know, $1 million plus. I put the wrong date in. Okay, so I put this application in for a client, but I put the wrong date in. The government department came back and said, you idiot, you put the wrong date in, right? I was in such a space. And that's when I knew it's something has to change. I submitted the application again on behalf of the client. Guess what I did? I put the wrong date again. And then I said, Rashad, what the hell is going on? There's something there's too much noise going on here. And I tell you what, I was going to do a post now and put a blank screen and say, guys, if you think that you can concentrate, here's my exercise. 2.5 minutes. Look at the screen. Can we do that right now, guys? Are we okay doing that right now? Look, there's no other time but the present moment, right? Luigi, you look very serious. Are you all right, Luigi? Luigi, are you okay? Okay, awesome. Okay. So let's try this for a moment. What I want us to do is to look at the screen. There's this thing called peripheral vision. It's a very powerful technique. You have foveal vision. That means I'm looking at the screen and you're all looking at me. But then there's a thing called peripheral vision. So I'm looking here, but I'm seeing everything else, right? So if you can do this exercise, look at the screen, whatever you see. As you're looking at me, tell me what you can see around you so you can just shout out what you see, like cupboard. So you're looking straight, but you're seeing everything else. Yeah, so everything in my periphery right now, I see a frame. I'm looking over there, but now I'll tell you what I see. I see the garden behind me. I see the curtain. I want you to say this out loud to yourselves. And someone has a child in the background, so please put that on mute, the child in the background. So guys, peripheral vision is me looking forward, but noticing everything in my periphery. Okay, so can you call out loud what you see? I don't have to hear it, but can you call out loud as I do? I'm going to say webcam. I'm going to say phone. I'm going to say water bottle. I'm going to say screen. Have you got that? Nods? Okay. So as you do that, I want you to stay focused and I want you to say nothing and feel nothing but hear everything without labeling. So let's close our eyes because it's going to take a bit of concentration. So if you can, close your eyes. Allow, okay, all of you, 1, 2, 3, close your eyes. All of us have got our eyes closed right now. I want you to take a deep breath in and out. In again. And out. And on the last one, I want you to use your eyes to look behind your eyes, the back of your head on the last one. Keep looking behind you, eyes closed. Now, I want you to listen to every sound that you can hear. Every sound, allow it to come in and let it be. And we're going to stay here for 2 minutes. And I want you to say as we do this, I wonder what thought will come next. I'll say it again. As you do this, I want you to say, I wonder what thought will come next. Now watch it for 2 minutes, and I'll let you know when it's over. All right. When you're ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back and then open your eyes and bring yourself back to the present moment. Wow. We achieved relative peace on an online Zoom call, on an online call. Now, if you can notice the faces of the people around you, if you can you please look at them and tell me if you can feel a difference, not see a difference in the faces. Look at the faces. Look at the facial features. Look at the facial muscles. Just observe. We never do this, but look at it. You can't hear well because, yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Lisa. It's a lightness. So I'd like you all to take your problem that you're most finding it difficult to deal with right now, whether it's the job, the trauma of survival mode, the relationship that you can't handle right now, the stress that you're feeling right now, whatever that thing is nagging you, what I want you to do is bring it into full focus. Make it big on the screen in front of you, in your mind. Thank you, Naga. I'm glad it feels calm. Now we're going to take something a little further to bring that problem into full awareness. So, you know that pain that you feel? Let's try with Anissa, and the rest of you can follow along. Let's keep our eyes closed so that we don't feel any conscious effort. And if you can, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If you feel uncomfortable, keep it open. But for those that are having an issue, I highly suggest you keep your eyes closed. And whoever's contacted me as well, you know who I'm talking about. So bring the problem that you're facing, whatever that may be. I want you to feel the pain, the discomfort, the uneasiness, the feeling of being overwhelmed. I want you to take a bright spotlight in your mind's eye and shine it on this problem and this feeling. I want you to amplify this feeling that you're feeling. I don't want you to go anywhere. I don't want you to make it smaller. Whatever you're feeling, make it bigger. Bring it into full awareness with a spotlight. So whatever that problem is, I want you to bring it into full awareness. I want you to feel the pain in all its facets. And while your eyes are closed, I want you to imagine a television screen in front of you. As you imagine this television screen, I want you to put that problem, whatever form it takes, onto the screen, out of your head, in front of you, onto the big screen. Make it big. Give it color. Give it vividness. Make it so real that you can see it in all its facets. And if you can see it, then nod your head. All right, great. So as you're looking at that particular image on the screen, with the vivid colors that it is, whatever color comes up, tell yourself, oh, I see it as this color, whatever color that may be, let it be there and focus on it and bring your full attention. And now ask yourself, how does this make me feel? Not why, how. How is it making me feel? Feel that feeling. Put that feeling on the screen of that emotion and feel it. Feel it for its full severity. Shine the spotlight on it. And let's keep shining the spotlight for a few moments and allow this pain and discomfort to stay with us, bringing love and compassion and forgiveness to this emotion. Because we know it came for us for a reason, and it came here to teach us something. So let's feel it and give it its due, and that's when it will go. Until then, it's going to linger around. So let's give it its full attention with absolute love and kindness, and thank it for coming, and feel it for all it feels to you, with all its intensity. And enjoy this moment of silence. It's bliss. And as you do this, I want you to say to yourself, I forgive myself for holding on to this emotion. And I thank you for coming, this emotion. I love you. I appreciate you coming. You can stay as long as you want. I'm not here to fight you. And when you're ready, you can leave safely, because I've learned the lesson from this. And feel it in your heart. Feel the love for everything divine that's come to guide you, this guiding light that's brought this emotion to you, because it loves you. Forgive yourself. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let it all go. 2 more times. Let it go. 1 more time. Let it all out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And you say, your face tells me you got rid of that. Well, how do you feel?